Welcome.
Welcome. We're going live. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're
Nine
live.
eight seven six 5 4 3 2 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, welcome to another Thursday Night Live. I'm John Go, that's Eliana, and Blaine. Blaine is here, folks. Blaine is here. We're excited. We're happy. We're fired up for the. This isn't Hump Day. What's Thursday? Did I ever tell you why I love Thursdays?
No.
Can I tell you guys why I love
Uh,
Thursdays?
I think so. Because
If you
it
did, I
was the
wasn't paying
day that you
attention.
have payday from your mom.
Yes, that's when my mom got paid. And that's
There you
when
go.
we got to buy
My
groceries.
memory is not bad.
It's not bad. It's good. Yes, Thursdays were always. It was every second Thursday, so we would go grocery shopping. It was a big event for my family because I didn't grow up with a lot of money, so getting groceries was a big deal. That was a big deal. So I'm always partial to Thursdays, but it kind of brings to the point of like it's interesting, and today is our entrepreneurial topic day, and it goes to what I think about building businesses. Like, listen, my mom is fantastic, best mother I could have asked for, everything, but she busted her butt as a single mom to raise me. She went to a job 40, 50 hours a week, punched the clock, did her thing, made decent money. It wasn't like she was like, but it was hard for her, but she had to rely on a paycheck. She had to do the 9 to 5 to get what she was worth in return in 2 weeks in the form of a paycheck so she could support her son. Right. And as entrepreneurs, we work 40, 50, in Blaine's case, 120 hours a week for no guarantee. Right. There's no guarantee that in 2 weeks Blaine's going to get a paycheck. Well, from his work, from his online work, that he's going to get a paycheck, that he's going to buy growth. Like, there's no guarantee. We're really wired differently as entrepreneurs. So I thought that'd be a cool topic to talk about. Like the mindset you need, the difference between the punching clock mentality to the completely warped sense of secure or false sense of security that entrepreneurs have, where, hey, we'll show up, we'll bust our butt, we might not get paid, but we're still going to do it. Are we insane, Blaine, Eliana?
Yes, the answer is yes. We are out of our
Perfect.
minds. Nobody in their right mind wants to not be sure about their next paycheck. Period. I mean, we all want the $5,000 a week paycheck or the
Please, yes.
$100,000 a year, the
Sign me
whatever
up.
it is, right? But yeah, I mean, I just love doing this, and I love not having a boss. So that's enough for me. I'll stare at these stupid monitors all day long.
But that's a mindset. What is it? What is it about that that's attractive to you? Like, what is it that, like, I don't have a boss, I don't have anyone over my shoulder. There's no guarantee that I'm going to get paid, but I'm still going to look at the monitors. Like, what is that?
I mean, like, I don't even care if I was to not get paid on it, because I build things that I want to build, right? Like, I don't build things that I don't like. I don't
Right.
like work for some corporation where I have to build these stupid websites all day long and do all this crazy stuff. Everything that I do, that we do, is always like unique and new and different and has a format which we haven't done before. So I'm always trying new things and always learning stuff. So that's what's in it for me. Like, I get to learn some crazy stuff. Like, right now I'm staring at a stream of a Hive engine witness. I didn't even know this was possible 3 years ago. Look at me now.
Look at me now.
But like, so if you look at like corporate jobs, right? They're all repetitive. It's the same thing every single day. Every single Monday, we've got a meeting. Every single Friday, we've got a meeting. Tuesday through Wednesday, we do the same crap from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. because now you don't get paid for your hour of work. So it's no longer a 9 to 5, it's a 9 to 6. Let's be honest with ourselves. And like, you do the same thing over and over and over, and it's so repetitive and boring. And then you got to, like, if you got a bad boss, toxic leadership, all these things, like, none of that interests me whatsoever. I would rather not get a paycheck and do what I want to do. Luckily, this pays me. So
John is in
$1.75 a week. I'm rich.
Heck yeah, dude. John is in Vim, and he said the difference with us is we are functionally psychotic. So that's perfect.
So
I
I
like
just
it.
speaking of functionally psychotic, I was watching Bill Burr. Do you know that comedian? Bill Burr?
Absolutely
He was
hilarious.
talking
Yeah.
about the difference between functioning psychopaths
Yes.
and non-functioning is when you're driving down the road and you see a group of 37 people, but you don't do it, right? Like,
Do it
because we're functioning. We're good, right? Like today, nobody knows me. Tomorrow, I'm on the news.
Have you thought of doing that, Blade? Every now and again. Yeah, it's just one little person's not gonna hurt. Oh, come on.
That's why I don't drive.
We got problems. No, but it's entrepreneurship is definitely not for everyone, and it's the big thing, and it's funny. Okay, so we got this, November 28th, and Blaine is like, well, I've put this date out for a long time. I've been telling you guys I need things. But there's a reason why I do that. That's kind of like, we talked about it in our chat this week about the date. And it's like, I do that because that's my boss. Does that make sense? Like when you put a deadline on yourself, that becomes your boss, and it's you've got to do it. There's no one, you can't there's no excuses, right? If you set a deadline when you're an entrepreneur, you get to work. And that's the complete, I think, the mindset difference between someone who's used to a 9 to 5 that knows that they go do this, they go do that, and in 40 hours from now they're going to get 40 hours clocked next week to get a paycheck, compared to us that we might cram everything in like 12 hours, because like we have a deadline and we are putting ourselves to task. And that's not something everyone can do in the world. So what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say everyone can be an entrepreneur, but you really have to kick your own butt to do it, if that makes any sense. Like I don't know.
We were, I don't know how long, 6 months ago, maybe a year ago, we were talking in the inner circle chat one time, and somebody brought up, well, don't you want to be able to like take vacations and have time off and have a schedule and just be like consistent with everything? And I was like, no, like I want my own thing. And when you have your own thing, you don't get to like take days off, because we were talking about how if I go, we go skiing or we go to Illinois or something, my computer comes with me just in case. Right. I don't necessarily open it, but it always comes with me. And he's like, don't you just want to be able to take time off and not have to worry about that? And no, I don't. Because that's what owning a business is. Like if your mindset is to take time off and not think about anything in your life, just drink beer all day in a place you've never been, by all means, go work 9 to 5. That's fine, but that's not my goal. That's not my thought process. That's not my mindset. Right. My mindset is about my business. Even when like we're hanging out and watching Netflix or Hulu or Amazon Prime or whatever, I'll be thinking about like business stuff and how to implement certain things and stuff like that. And I talk to my wife about it all the time. She's like, no, I get it. I understand. Yeah, exactly, Michael. A business owns you as much as you own it. So like if you want to only work 9 to 5 and do 40 hours a week, that's fine. Do that. But as an entrepreneur, if you are building a business, and we can look at like brick and mortar businesses, right? If you go out there and you start a brick and mortar business, you basically live in that place until like year 3, when you're no longer in the red and you become in the black. And that's when you can start taking a paycheck. Here with internet business, you can get in the black in as little as 30 days. If you work enough, if you do enough, if you do
and
the
if
right
you buy
thing,
our stuff.
Buy our stuff.
Yeah. This is, again, we're beating dead horse. A lot of you guys that are here live, but maybe someone in the recording hasn't heard this story. And I always like sharing this because I've been working for myself basically on a computer for 20 plus years now. And I met a whole bunch of different people over that span, but some really good friends of mine were really fascinated with entrepreneurship. They did the 9 to 5, but they weren't really into building an online business. They wanted to do the brick and mortar. They wanted to open a restaurant because one of my friends was an amazing cook, like one of the best guys behind a stove you could possibly imagine. This guy was a genius. And the other guy was really, really interested in the business side of it. So they saw what I was doing and saw kind of the joy I had. And they said, screw it, we're going to get in business for ourselves. So these two guys, they didn't start just what you said, Blaine, getting to the black in 30 days or less. They started a brick and mortar restaurant. So when they did that, he had to basically refinance his home, take another mortgage out on his house. To get the funds. They put into this restaurant, I think it was like $250,000, give or take, because they had to get a lease, they had to get all the equipment, they had to they had to do staffing, they had to get all the astronomical costs.
Everything from scratch.
From zero, but they had to big bank to get it. So he had to put his house up. The other guy had to put in a bunch of money. So they put real investment into this. And this was what was so amazing to me. This is the story and the real aha moment I had. These guys were totally okay, totally understanding that they were going to be in the red for at least 3 to 4 years, probably more. They were fine with it. They knew, because they wanted to be entrepreneurs so bad, they knew that their niche, their market, their path, they would be in the red. They wouldn't be in the black for 3 to 4 years. And and they remember $250,000 invested. And in online business, we can't get people to spend $20 on an autoresponder without people losing their mind. Mindset.
That's the crazy thing about like online businesses. Okay, so at a minimum, you need an autoresponder. Everything else you can figure out how to do, right? You can make a horrible looking lead capture page. You can make a horrible looking thing and then put it out there. But if you do an autoresponder, and every single autoresponder's first 30 days is free, every single one of them. And we'll do Traffic Wave, for example, because that's the only one that I know of really that we talk about. It's $17.95 a month, but you get 30 days for free. So in that first 30 days, if you get 5 people on your list and then refer one of them to Traffic Wave, by the next month, you'll have made $17.95. If they upgrade immediately, you'll make all that 100%. So, I mean, instantly in the black.
It's we used to. I think we still have this in the CTP training. If not, I got to do a lesson on this again. It was the math of what it costs to get into the black from referring people to evergreen products, and it was literally like 2 or 3 people. And I know that sounds like such an MLM pitch, like, oh, just to refer 2 or 3 people and it's free forever, and you're
get 2 people, and then those 2 people get 2, and then those 2 get 2, and then those 2. No, I'm just kidding.
No, it's literally just 2 people. Because if you did the math of it, if all of these places are paying 30 to 50% commissions and your fees are like under $20 a month, like we did, it was the pizza plan, or it wasn't the pizza plan. Was it the pizza plan? Pizza Planner Plus One Success. Anyways, one of those. That was what the math came out to, like literally 2 to 3 people. And what you did was you showed them why it's important to get into evergreen products, why it's important to build the list, why it's important to get into the things like an autoresponder, like a tracking and analytics tool, like a marketing hub, like these tools that don't go out of style. Like it's 2022. We're still talking about autoresponders, tracking services, and marketing hubs. This stuff was really cool 20 years ago. Evergreen, man. And this is the thing. You refer someone to that, they don't usually jump ship. A lot of the people that we've referred to Traffic Wave, now, yes, there's attrition for sure. But generally, a lot of the people that we've referred stay the course because they've built the relationships with their list. They've built all their tracking out there. They've put in the work. They don't want to go learn new systems. That's the power of referring people to evergreen products.
I found the lesson, though. It's called the budget.
You found one? Budget.
The lesson on profit.
The legend is the budget. Thank you. Yes, it's in CTP. I know I did. I've done that for like 15 years, that lesson.
Sometimes I have good memory.
Sometimes.
Today
You did twice today. That was good. Yes. You knew about my Thursday stories and then my
I pay attention to the shows.
Don't pay attention. Pay attention to Blaine, not to me. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just throwing things against the wall.
Sometimes I pay attention to both.
And you talked of attrition. And people don't understand that you can curb attrition, right? And The way you curb attrition is by creating a responsive community, period. If you have a community of people that are helping out and you're putting the information out there, this is what I do. This is how I make my $76 or $17.64 a day or whatever it is to get to 100K, 176. This is what I do to get there. People start following that and then they see that it works and then they stay the course because it's working. But we can't aim for 100K in a year.
Right.
We can't aim for $1 million our first 90 days. It's not feasible. We have to be feasible with our goals. And the thing is like in the restaurant business or brick and mortar, like you're not in the black until 3 years.
Minimum,
and then you're making money, right? Like decent money at that point, like a livable wage. Internet marketing, entrepreneurship, internet-based business, you are in the black very quickly. But it's not necessarily going to be that livable wage for the first 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. It all depends on the effort and focus that you put into it. Remember, focus. Follow one course until successful.
That's a good acronym, buddy. That's pretty good.
It's one of my favorites.
It's like ADA. Attention, interest, desire, action. Oh, we can go through them all, man. We can go through them all. But yeah,
ACAs,
it's
attention,
ACAs,
curiosity, action.
Yeah. ACAs, man. Every now and again, I do come up with some decent stuff that stays the course. It's my pillar content, my stock and flow content.
But speaking of entrepreneurial stuff, Eliana and I were talking about design and doing design and stuff. So today I searched my local city for website designers. Every single one of their designs in their portfolios look like they were mediocre 10 years ago. Every single one of them. Their starting prices are around $1,800 for 5 pages of a website. So if you want to make decent money quickly, it's really easy if you learn HTML and CSS and learn like Bootstrap, a simple framework, and learn how to build a website. And then go ask people if they want a website. It's super simple.
I literally, dude, I saw an ad in the, I don't know if you guys got this in the States or in Portugal, but in all the coffee shops here, they got like coffee news where it's just like a bunch of ads and it's just like stupid little puzzles that they put out at the coffee shop. So people are having a coffee and they're doing the puzzles, but it's basically ads. Like that's how they make their money. They got ads. Big, huge ad on one of these things. Websites for $250 a month. And it was just a little mom and pop place inside the town where I live that was charging people $250 a month to not only build it, but host their site. Because, you know what their market is. Their market is not for savvy entrepreneurs. It's mom and pop shops that don't know
people that don't know. They just don't know. One of my most successful methods back before I started doing programming and design as an affiliate, I would go to local businesses, more specifically tattoo shops, because I already had stuff in common with them, right? And I would recommend, this is before everybody was building a list, I would recommend Traffic Wave to them. They would create their account, get their 30 days for free, and then I would go through and set it up for them and show them how to create their messages and broadcast out. And I was like, look, if you do a drawing like once a month and get $50 off for one person that signs up, every single person that comes through your door will sign up for your list. Every single person. And that was some of the best affiliate money that I've ever made by simply going to businesses and being like, hey, are you guys building a list? You should be.
Well, they're all building lists. That's what's really remarkable about what you just said. Like I remember noticing this when the internet was just kind of like getting going. We're talking not the internet, let's say internet marketing, mid 2000s. What I noticed was that retail places, now they still do it now, but this is when I first noticed it, started asking for your email address because they knew how important it was to build a contact list. Because you think about a retail environment, they just go in, you buy it, and they're gone. That's it. It's like in and out. So the power of the email list, well, you've already got a customer. So now you could segment that list, which is, brilliant stuff. This is someone who's purchased something from us. So we're going to segment this list into purchasers, and we can send them targeted messages. We can do the exact same thing in online marketing. The exact same thing in online marketing. That's how you succeed in this stuff. You cater to the audience. All of these trainings I've done over the years. The digital marketer training and stuff. That's what they tell you. Not only the segmenting of the list, but getting to know your customer first. Then customer avatar, they called it. That's very important. And no one does this. No one asks questions. No one wants to know what they're like. Anyone who's done any of our training at CTP knows that we talk about the indoctrination email, how important it is to tell people, hey, I'm here. Send me a note. This is what you can expect. We're here for you. Let us know how we can help. I don't see any of that going on. Like, does anyone else? Is it there anymore? Is the personal relationships there? Or is it all like, just follow me on TikTok? Follow me on the gram.
Follow me on TikTok, on YouTube, on Facebook, on Hive, on Instagram, on all these things.
And praying that they join their list.
And praying that they don't even, half of the time, they don't even do their list. Like, half of the time, they're not doing email marketing. Because I think it's
they do, but don't do. They should be more specific. But like I said, like you said, building relationships. Just throw the page and hoping someone sign up.
Yeah,
doesn't have anything. You need to at least.
But it's usually a generic page, right? Like, it's not like a specific page that you made, that you've tested, that's tried, and all the. It's usually just a standard affiliate page.
Yeah.
People don't even care to do something more personalized.
I'm full of acronyms today, man. But yeah, that's the minimum seems to be like, just do a lead capture page. Don't do any personalization. Don't try to like ask some questions. Don't try to get to know your customer. Just, here's a squeeze page. It's generic. Build my list. No, like, the way to do this marketing thing, and this is something we've talked about again for years and years and years, is every single person, every follower you get, every email address you get. Okay, some of it's all bots, but the majority of the people that join your list, everyone that's following you, there's real people behind those usernames, real people behind those accounts. So if you treat it like that, good things happen. When you treat it as numbers, it's like a herd of cattle and you don't value it. But if you think of it as real people that have real dreams, real families, real goals, how can I add value to them? How can I help them? Then your list building, your brand building, all of this stuff is so much easier, because you're starting to know what your market is. You're starting to get to know what these people want, what they have dreams about, what they have goals about. Ask questions, constantly ask them questions. Like, this is why we're always, all the time, ask questions. Hey, I just put up a CTP chat account. Ask questions. I mean, man, oh man. Like, wow. And it's such an easy way to do this stuff now. Anyways. These guys are having ideas right now. They're having chats right now.
I got a bright idea, and I had to.
No, it's good. It's good. I'm just. Well, this is why it's important to talk all the time. It's why we want to do these shows all the time, because maybe it's not us. Maybe it's not Blaine just got a really good idea and he put it in chat because he wanted to remember it. But I'm saying maybe someone hears something that we're talking about this week and it clicks and they start taking action on it. This is why we do these shows. So maybe it fires something up for someone. Someone gets this aha moment. They've heard it 20 times and finally Eliana got it. I don't know. Finally.
Sometimes it's what it takes, right?
Yeah, there's so many ways. There's so many ways to like get into the gig economy, man. If you're sitting there going, go to Fiverr and be like, what skills do I have that someone will pay for? Like,
yeah, or you can do the local business thing, right? Like, just go
do the Blaine thing. Yeah.
So I did research on it too. So continuing on the autoresponder thing, I went to local businesses, and the ones that did have email lists, I would subscribe to their email list so that I could figure out who their provider was. 6 out of 10 times, it was always a local email autoresponder provider, and they were charging them $50, $60, $70, $80 a month. So now I could go in the next time I was in there shopping and be like, hey, why don't you try this one? It's only $20 a month. Like, it's way cheaper and you get all the same stuff. And sometimes they'll be like, no, we're good. But some of the times they'll be like, yeah, I'll try that.
Yeah.
And it's 30 days for free. So like, and once you get like a local business on board with an autoresponder, they're not leaving it. Very rare that they leave it.
Yeah.
The hotel industry does that as well. I do remember that we have at the spa we have a questionnaire for health conditions that we need to know, and there's always a part that you can add the email, and they can let you use the email for promotions, and eventually the hotel can send newsletters to that email. So that's another way they do that a lot, especially for not at this hotel, the other hotel that I worked, we had a lot of locals, so they could grab their email, so they can send promotional stuff for nights and such, even for the spa itself, discounts and such.
And even with these local businesses, we have to remember it's not always promotional stuff, right? Sometimes it's helpful tips. Like, hey, have you tried this? Have you tried that? When I was doing the tattoo shop stuff, I was like, look, twice, 3 times a month, send out a thing about like tattoo aftercare, stuff like that. Stuff that not necessarily you're always trying to push a sale, but it shows that you give a crap, right? Just simple little things to show that you actually care about your customers. And it's the easy little things that we just skip when we're completely online based. Because again, at the end of the day, I need 100 hits to get 1 subscriber, to get 1 referral, blah, blah, blah. Stop thinking about it as numbers. Yeah, look at the numbers and understand them, because that's how we do our analytics, and that's how we build and amass our fortunes of $1.76 a month. I'm just kidding. But that's how we increase our earnings and increase our capabilities and know that our lead capture pages are working. But once they're in our funnel, they're people, right? They're not just numbers. So
yeah, it's a mindset. It's all mindset. You change your mindset on how you approach building lists, and think of build relationships. Build a list of 3, not 3,000 is the thing we always said in CTP. Because if you worry about 3 people, everything else will work itself out. But it's there. And this is the thing. Going back to the example of my buddies that did the restaurant, we can do all this stuff for a lot less than $250,000. A lot less. So the tools are there. Like, the pizza plan goes over talking about, the tools you need under $75 a month. I mean, I'd even bet you could probably even budget it further down, So the mindset is needed to be like, okay, I'm going to get into these tools that I'm going to use forever and ever and ever. I'm going to suggest to the people on my lists, because I know that these are not get rich quick schemes. So I'm totally confident recommending them, Poetics or Traffic Wave or, CTP. Like, I'm totally confident doing that. But then, just like you said, Blaine, and Eliana too, ask questions. Start using that list to ask some questions. What are you stuck on? Or start saying, where are you on social media? Let me follow you. Send me your link so I can follow. Just like Blaine did with the let me join their mailing list first, right? Like, a little bit of reciprocity goes a long way. And when people start seeing that you actually care and you're actually trying to add value, they'll return the favor. But
that's a good way to grab ideas for creating content.
That's what questions. I did. I used to, not only, I remember just signing up for a whole bunch of marketers lists. Now, I bought very little from all the marketers, but I learned a ton, because I learned how they opened emails, the body of the emails, the headlines they used, how they broke it up with bullet points. All of the ways that I write emails now is all learned from other people. Like, I haven't come up with any of this. This is all from learning from watching others. So it doesn't mean you got to go buy people's stuff, but don't be afraid to sign up to people's lists. Like, learn stuff, follow them on social media, read their blogs, read the comments in their blogs. Like, pay it forward, man. Good things will happen.
I just thought of another idea from Michael's comment, building websites for businesses. What I used to do was I would take my iPad to local businesses, and if they had a website, I would type it in on the iPad, and then, like with the smartphones, type it in on my phone as well, and be like, did you know that your website looks like this? on a phone, it's not good, right? And then you can offer to build them a website. Here's the trick. This was before Fiverr. Now you can just use Fiverr. I have them pay 600, 700, whatever. It's cheaper than whatever the crap they paid before, right? But then I go to Fiverr and I find me a designer, and these guys are great, and they're like $300. So charge them 700, send 300 to Fiverr, 400 in my pocket. The only thing I did was drive to the business and show them some pictures of their own stuff. But I used to do this before Fiverr, and I used to use Freelancer to do it. So,
yeah,
if you can find a decent designer, which Fiverr is covered with website designers, I mean, it'd be so easy to make just a little bit of money. Just
you're the middleman.
Yeah, just by being a middleman.
Yeah,
there are a lot of
people to the services they need. That's all an affiliate is.
There you go. Deep thoughts, guys. I hope this was of value to you. Appreciate you guys coming by. I do want to highly recommend that you go check out CTP Chat's newest blog post so you guys can go and ask questions, because asking questions is good. But more importantly, you guys have a fantastic weekend. We'll see you guys on Monday. And if you need anything, please let us know. We're always around. When I'm not building IKEA furniture, I've done 2 dressers and closets this week, and I hate it all, but that's for another story. So
buy our stuff. I don't know.
Toodles.